Hey guys, it's Jacob. This is my informative speech for COM181. So I'm going to give a speech about fireworks. Last weekend was 4th of July weekend, so there's a lot of good fireworks shows put on around the country. I'm here in Florida on vacation, so I saw some pretty good shows on the beach and off the beach, so it was all pretty exciting. So I'm just going to give you some background information on fireworks, how they work, how they get the color, and things of that nature. So first off, fireworks are a pretty popular form of celebration in the United States and across the country or the world. Um, they're used for different holidays, like especially this one's very popular around the world, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. And then here in America, like we saw last weekend, Independence Day, and maybe sometimes in November for Veterans Day, fireworks are used a lot. So here's some more information about where fireworks originated from. So fireworks is believed to be discovered or invented in China around 2,000 years ago. It was actually by accident that they were discovered. Some chef in China mixed what used to be common ingredients in the kitchen, charcoal, sulfur, and saltpeter together, which caused an explosion, which was probably the accidental discovery of gunpowder also. But the most simplest firecracker was just gunpowder wrapped up in paper, and then when you lit it on fire, it just kind of popped like a firecracker does. So how do fireworks explode? They explode because of the gunpowder, which was made up of potassium nitrate, charcoal, and sulfur, all that mixed together, and then when heat is applied, it causes an explosion, and then like we see in today's fireworks, the tubes, and then the fireworks, you place them in there and you light the wick, and then they shoot up through the air. That's the force of the explosion causes it to shoot in the air, and then once the wick burns quick enough into the source of the charcoal and the gunpowder and everything, that causes the explosion and the show in the sky. And so how do they get color? So mixed into the gunpowder in the firework is a packet of chemicals. These chemicals usually contain metal salts and metal oxide, and when heat is applied to that's what the metal salts and the oxide reacts to the heat and creates color, and that's where we see all the different colors in fireworks today. So next, there are a lot of different fireworks shows around the world. So I'm going to talk about the three biggest ones in the world. So the first biggest one is I'm not going to pronounce this right, but Burj Khalifa, which is an Arabian name. So it's somewhere in the Middle East, probably. This tower, that's the name of the tower, is the world's tallest building in the world. So every year on New Year's Eve, they do a show where they light off the fireworks on on all sides of the building. So all the fireworks are either going up or down, sideways. You never know which way the fireworks can go, which causes a pretty spectacular show. And so the next one is Sydney, Australia, and so this show is also held every year for New Year's. And so you can, if you get a chance to visit Sydney and during New Year's, you get to watch a fireworks show that lights up the Sydney Opera House and the Sydney Harbour and the Sydney Bridge. And so the third largest display of fireworks is in Montreal, Canada, which for the Montreal International Fireworks Competition. Yes, it is a real thing. Companies around the world meet to put on their best 30-minute display of fireworks, which 30 minutes is a long time for fireworks. I thought last weekend during just a 10-minute or 15-minute show was long enough. 30 minutes seems a little long. But nonetheless, I bet it's a cool sight to see. And so now that we've talked about the history and how fireworks work, I encourage you all to go out and have a little fun with fireworks, see how they work, or light some yourself, and watch them around. Just watch them online or lot some off yourself. Just remember to be safe. They are kind of dangerous to work with since you're dealing with fire and gunpowder, which are dangerous when you put them together. So I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.